This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday was our first session of the OOPS ABAP. There we have tried to understand what's the requirement of OOPS ABAP, why from the procedural programming we have come back to this OOPS ABAP part. So we have seen that in procedural programming there was a security issue. It's a very difficult to handle the large project where we have to write large number of source code. Okay, though their subroutine function module kind of modularization technique is there, but still so many real-time problem need to be faced in order to implement complex project, in order to implement complex logic, large amount of code. It's a very difficult. So we came towards the OOPS ABAP where we are having the uh, very good security feature. We are having the inheritance concept, which is going to remove the code redundancy, and hence our code is going to be optimized. We are having the polymorphism concept, which provides us flexibility to write one code and implement in a different way. So one method can be used in a different way in the different environment, that means in the different class. Then here also it has been organized in such a way that it has been designed, this OOPS has been designed in such a way that the modularization, it's a genetic feature. Okay, so our OOPS start with class. OOPS start with class, hence because it's a start with class, so it's going to provide for each particular dedicated functionality. We can have a dedicated class, or in that class we can have the related a method or service. Method is also known as the service. Design pattern, a different kind of design pattern also we can achieve in this OOPS. We have seen this part. We have seen the properties of OOPS ABAP: encapsulation, data hiding, abstraction. Abstraction is nothing but hiding the method implementation. Okay, hiding the method implementation. Method implementation will be there somewhere else. For example, what's the meaning of abstraction? If we're going to take the example of any vehicle, vehicle is not going to give you the concrete meaning. What kind of vehicle? We can have car, we can have bus, truck, anything. So it's going to give us the abstract meaning. So what we can do, first we can use the vehicle as a class, and then that vehicle we can inherit in some another class. For example, if we're going to define the vehicle class, that vehicle can be inherited in the car class, truck class, and that's how you are going to optimize your code, and you are going to reuse the code of the vehicle in the subclass. Okay, so abstraction is nothing but it's going to give you the abstract meaning, like uh, vehicle, like a student, right? So such kind of things comes under the abstraction. Inheritance we have seen, polymorphism we know already. Okay, then we try to understand in different class, in the different programming language, how the class has been defined. And here we have seen that class is of two types. One is the global class and another is the local class. Okay, one is the global and another is the a local class. Then also you can see over here that we try to understand the static versus instance attribute. Static versus instance attribute. We understood that instance attribute can only be accessed through the object. Okay, object is nothing but the instantiation of the class. Okay, object is nothing but the instantiation of the class. So when you are going to instantiate any class, that will that means you are going to create a new object. Okay, object is nothing but the instantiation of the class. So when you are going to instantiate any class, that means you are going to create any object. Okay, you are going to create an object. So to create an object, object, we have seen that we follow two steps. To create an object, we have seen that we follow two steps. One is we are going to create the reference of the class, reference reference of the class, and then we are going to create the object, and then the create the object. So this is the two steps we have to follow in order to create the object. Both two steps known as instantiation of the class. Both two steps known together known as the instantiation of the class. Okay, now today we will move ahead and we will see some more important stuff. Let's go to the system and we'll see over there how we can use the global attributes, how we can access the global attributes. Go to the SC24 and here yesterday we have created ZEB, and we are having ZCL, actually ZCL, EB, and this is what we have created yesterday. Going to the change mode, here this class we have created yesterday, and in this class we have created two methods, sum and add method and subtract method. Okay, today what I'm going to do that I'm going to create another class. Okay, another class I'm going to create, and its name I'm going to give the vehicle class. Click on this create button and this class is automatically selected. Give the description over here, vehicle demo public, everything is fine. I'm going to remove this final keyword so that if I want later to inherit this particular class into another class, I should be able to do. If I don't remove that final, I will not be able to do so. Okay, so this vehicle class we are having, vehicle can have the many attribute. Vehicle can have the many attribute. It can have the color attribute, right? This generally when we define any attribute, we put the visibility under the protected or private section. Okay, this is the general rule. However, you can use public also, there is no problem, but generally we use protected or private, right? Because we don't want to access everywhere. We would not like to access data everywhere, right? So if we're going to use the protected, your data is going to be protected. Why? The reason behind the protected attribute can be accessed inside the subclass only. Okay, we will see that one. I'm going to use this protected at this point of time. Here give the associated type as something like car 20, press enter, give some description over here, though it's not mandatory, but fine. Color attribute, this is the global attribute, I have set it over here. And now this method, I'm going to give the method called set color. I'm going to set the color for a vehicle. Okay, so that's why the name of the method I have kept it as a set color. Okay, so what color you want to set, for a vehicle, we can do with the help of this method. Double click over here, click on this yes button. I would like to write the code over here. Okay, so I want to set the color. Here I'm going to give the color for a particular vehicle object. Means I'm going to hard code, I'm not going to make it dynamic. So whenever I'm going to set the color is having one attribute, just I have defined over there. I'm going to make this color as red every time. Okay, I'm going to make this color as a red. Check the syntax. You can see that there is no syntax error, right? You can activate this one, and once you activate, all the relevant object of this class is activated. Here also it has been activated. It has been activated. Everything is now activated. Now, if you want to access this class in your report, you know that how to do. Now we are expert in doing this. Okay, how to access a class, we know that how to do this one. So ZEB, stored, we have chosen some naming convention. I'm just trying to look into that naming convention. This is the naming convention. This two I'm going to give it over here. Okay, any question if anyone is having? Okay, fine, no question. So here I'm going to give this demo 2, and let me give demo 2 over here. Type is executable. Click on the save button. Save as a local object. Come over here, and I would like to access the class which just I have created. Okay, so to access the class, you have seen over here that this method is nothing but the instance method. So if you want to access the instance method, we must have to use the object. Okay, again I repeat, because this is the instance method. To access the instance method, we must have to use the object, because object is nothing but instantiation of the class. Okay, so with the help of object, we are going to access that method. I'm going to use the new syntax and instantiate the object data LO or GO, global object. Here whatever we are going to create in beginning of the program, it's going to be global object. So vehicle equals to new, and the class name ZCLEB, control space, the two class I have created, the second one I'm going to select, and then you will have to give this parenthesis. This braces will have to give, and then check the syntax. It is fine. You can see there is no problem. That means it will successfully create the object. So this is the new syntax how we create. Okay, if we're going to follow the old syntax, first you will have to create the reference variable, and then you will have to create the object. Two-step process we'll have to follow if we're going to follow the old approach. Okay, so using the new syntax, I have just created it one. And now if you want to set, if you want to set the data, right, if you want to access the method, what method I have done over there, go underscore vehicle, you can see that it's not giving me the sets of method over here. It's not accessing the method. Let us see what's the method we have given. The instance method, it is there, right? Activate this one, activate this one. It's not coming over there. So what I can do, that directly you can call this method. Okay, you can give this, and here call method. This is one way how you can call the method. This is one way how you can call the method. Check the syntax, and some error is there, is unknown or protected or private. It's telling the method set underscore color is unknown or protected or private. You can see that this method visibility has been set to private. That's why we are not able to access it over here. So what I will do, that I will make it public, because if it is private also, protected also, we will not be able to access this one. I'm going to make it public so that I can access in my, I can access in my program. Now you can see that error is gone, and I'm able to activate it, right? So now the color is set. Once the color is set, you can access the global variable. What's the global variable we have declared over there? We have declared geo underscore vehicle, and the variable is the color. you can see that nothing is coming. Why? Because here if you see, this attribute has been defined as a protected, that's why it is not accessible over there in the program. Okay, that's why it's not giving you the option over here. As soon as you will make it public, as soon as you will make it public and activate it over here, you will be able to get that one. Control space, now also it's not coming. It should come actually. Let me refresh once again. Okay, I'm just going to refresh, and the global attribute should be accessible. Give the control space. This public is not coming, but the thing is here, now if you want to access this one, okay, automatically it's not taking, not a problem. And if you would like to, you know display this one, if you would like to display this one, it will not give you any syntax error or something like that. You can see that no syntax error, fine. And it will be able to display the color. So what's the color we are setting in the method? The color what we are setting over here is the red color. It's going to display that one. Okay, it's going to display that one. Just I'm going to run it and it will display the red. Now if we're going to, but as a better practice, what just we have learned that we are supposed to define the attribute as protected or private, because it's a better practice. We would not like to give the access to anyone for the data. This attribute we would not like to give the access directly. Direct access for the attribute is not recommended. So when I'm going to use this protected, as soon as it will become the protected, this will give you the syntax error. Check the syntax and you can see that field color is unknown. Why? The reason behind that we have put it protected. Okay, now just I make it protected. Then how to access this color? So as a better practice, okay, as a standard practice, we are supposed to create a method over here like display underscore color, and this we can mark it as an instance method, and we can make the method visibility to public. Okay, we can make, so this is the better. However, you can, this one also you can mark protected or private, there is no problem. But as a standard practice, as the recommended approach, we are supposed to mark this attribute as a private or protected and the method as a public, so that you can access it from anywhere, right? Now suppose, okay, let me first show you this one and then we'll go ahead. Come to this part of the methods. Where is the methods? This is the method, set color, display color. Come over here and write the color. Write the color over here. Click in this pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, and now it's activated. Now you can see that this color is what? This color is the protected one. So inside the class, public, protected, you know private, every kind of attribute you can access inside the class. There is no problem. Now come over here, check the syntax. It will give you the error, but I want to display the data. So what I will do, that I will call the method and I will display the data. Okay, so call a method go underscore vehicle, okay, and display the data. So it's not showing, let me write it, display data, control F2. Some error is coming, is unknown. Let me see what we have given over here. We have given display color actually, control C, and just paste it over here. Okay, so check the syntax now and error is gone. Activate this one, petty printer, activate, and is now activated. Okay, now if you run this one, it will again print that red only, right? So if you want to access the protected attributes, if you want to access the protected attribute, you can access through the public method. Okay, you can access through the public method. This is the recommended approach. Suppose you have created one, you have created one private or public method over here. Okay, you don't want to access, you don't want anyone to let them access a method. For example, for example, we example, some encryption method is there, encrypt name, something like that, encrypt underscore name. This is the method internally we're going to use. Don't want other person to use encrypt name in some encrypted format, or encrypt password, something like that. Encrypt password, we are going to use it over here. We can give it over here the label. For example, here the instance we can give, and the visibility we can mark it the private or protected. Okay, private or protected. Here the description, for the encryption purpose we are going to write this one. Here, go here and write the code sum. This is the encryption method, right? This is the encryption method. Okay, put it in a single quote over here, and then pt printer, check the syntax, activate it, activate it. Okay, now you can see that this method, this encrypt method, is nothing but your private method, right? This encrypt password method is the private method. This method you don't require to use in the program. You can use this encrypt password when, suppose you have some, we're going to set the password, right? You have a method called set password, and for this one, inside this set password, and this you can use as a public, because you would like to set the password, whatever someone is going to provide the password that you would like to set in the database, right? So inside this method you can use this encrypt password method. Okay, so you can use that, call a method encrypt password. Okay, full stop, control F2, and there is no error. So like that you can, design your project requirement, you can design your code. Okay, if we're going to design in this way, it will be a better practice, because why you would like to give the encryption to other person, right? It should be internal to the program, right? So this is how we are going to write the program in the real-time project. Okay, now when I'm going to write the set password over here, call method encrypt underscore password, this call method you can simply write like this over here. Okay, just comment this one. You can directly write like this, encrypt, and you can directly use like this, encrypt underscore password. You can see that there is no error. So directly, if we're going to write like this also, it will work in the same way, the same impact, there is no problem. You can use it like this. Okay, encrypt password, directly you can give like this, activate this one, activate this one, and this is now done. Now suppose you are going to set the color. For example, you are going to set the color dynamically, you are going to pass the color from here, from the program. Okay, what I want, whatever the color I am going to pass it from here. For example, I'm going to pass the green color. For example, I'm going to pass the green color. So in this case, I must have to define a parameter for the set color. So here, let's go and define a parameter. Okay, I'm going to define a parameter called, im underscore color, I underscore color. I'm just going to give type, we can give some cartoon or something like that, press enter. sorry, this type is importing parameter should be here, press enter. And here you can see that here also you are having, the pass by value option, and here the optional. Okay, optional and pass by value. Pass by value and pass by difference, already we know this concept in the subroutine, right? In the function module, in the subroutine, we know about this in the core ABAP. So we're not going to discuss in detail, but just I would like to show it over here. You are having the option to set the pass by value. Okay, and if you want to mark it this as an optional, you can mark it optional as well. Okay, set it over here, just pass by value, or you can leave like that. Check the syntax, activate this one, activate this one. Okay, and now we'll go to the source code, and here what I'm going to do that, suppose in a large code, you have the large code, and there you are going to define one variable called I underscore color type char, 10. Okay, now check the syntax. If you check the syntax, what it is telling that I underscore color was already declared, right? Because here it's already is there in the import parameter, it's telling that it's already declared, so it is not recommended, means you cannot be able to do, you will have to use some another variable over here, you will have to use some another variable over here. Now one more important point I would like to tell it over here, that this color we are setting, this color what we are setting is going to be set to the current object, right? Here, just if you observe in this program, what the color we are going to set, so this go vehicle is the object. In this object, we are going to set this color green over there. Okay, for this object, we are going to set this color. Now, what I mean to say that over here, there is a keyword called me. There is a keyword called me. It is similar to the this keyword in the Java. Okay, it is similar to the this keyword in the Java. So what does it do, this me keyword? The me keyword refers to the current object. It always refers, it always refers, it always refers to the current object. Okay, so if you want to set the color to the current object, though it is not necessary in this particular case, though it's not necessary in this particular case, right? But if you want, you can write like this also. Okay, me color equals to red, means whatever the object you have declared, you have created over here, and when you are going to access this particular method at this point of time, at that point of time, at that point of time, it is going to access that particular object and going to set this particular color over there. Okay, it's going to set the color over there. Let me show you, activate this one. It got activated, put the breakpoint over here, just go back and let me activate the complete class and come over here in the ABAP, activate once again this one, and now run this one. So when you are going to run, because we have put the breakpoint over here, you can see the first, we are going to see that object geo underscore vehicle. Okay, and geo underscore go underscore vehicle. Okay, here at this point of time it's not accessible, but however, if you come over here and see in this me, me is nothing but that object only. Me is nothing but that object, 0 column 10 over here, and as soon as it will come out from this, just I'm going to copy somewhere, Control V. Okay, this is for me. Okay, and now press F7, it will come over here, and you can see that this is the same G underscore vehicle. If you compare both is the same, right? This is this object. So what's the notation of the object? It will be always there and inside the curly braces, whether it is the JavaScript or whether it is Java or whatever programming language. The notation, if something is there inside the curly braces, that means that is the object. That means that is the object. You can see that this go underscore vehicle, whatever the object you are having over here, okay, whatever the object you are having over here, the same object was assigned for the me. So me refers every time the current object. Okay, so one more example I will just give you and try to make you understand. Okay, so I'm going to create another object, for example go underscore vehicle 2 or 1. Okay, this is go underscore vehicle 1. I'm going to give 1, and this I'm going to give 2. Okay, equals, just copy this one, paste it over here. The another object is created now. Okay, and here for the vehicle 2, I'm going to set the color orange. Okay, I'm going to set the color orange over here. Save it, check the syntax. Now activate this one. It is now activated. It is now activated, and now put the breakpoint over here so that I can show you the magic of me keyword. Press F8, and you can see that here the control has come, and go underscore vehicle is the 10. Just see here 10. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this one. I have copied now. Press F5. As soon as it will come over here, and if you try to access this me is nothing but the same what we have copied from there, right? It is the same 10 over here. Just observe 10 and the name of the class. Now press F5, come back. The second object it's going to create, go underscore vehicle 2. It's now created go underscore vehicle 2. Now you can see that it's 9. It's 9. So now me will start, referencing which object? This object. Me will start referencing this. Me is the nothing but it will pointing to the current object. Okay, so if you come over here, press F5 and go over here, and me, you can see that this me is still accessing the old one. This should not happen. This should not happen. Let me check what the problem is here. Still you can see that it's showing the red only. New. Okay, here call method. Let me put the breakpoint over here and full stop.
Pankaj,
Activate this one.
Pankaj,
Yeah.
Pankaj, you
Pankaj,
are
you have
calling
not
from
changed
object as
object name.
vehicle one.
Okay. Yes, right. Thank you. Yes. So this is the second object, and now in this case, it will start referencing to the second object. Okay. Press F8. So good that you have catch the problem. Now the first one we have, second, come directly over here, press F8. Yeah, and now if you see the me, it's showing for the first one. Okay, press F8. It has come to the second one. go underscore vehicle 2 is the now this one. Press F5, and here if you see the me, it's 9, the same object it is referencing. So me references to the same. Sorry, press F8. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. Now the agenda is to access the protected variable into the subclass. Just I would like to show you over here that whatever you are having, the protected variable or protected method, that can be accessed from the subclass. That is possible. Okay,
Pankaj, one
Fine.
more thing
Yeah.
here. How can we use the real time me keyword? In which
Sorry,
situation we are using keyword?
your voice is not clear. Can you come again?
In situation we are using the me keyword in real time.
Yeah, so suppose you are having one variable with the name, with the same name, right? Suppose you have created one variable with the suppose you have a parameter with the same name, okay, and you want to access this attribute of this class. Then in that case, in order to differentiate that particular parameter with this attribute, you can use the me keyword, okay, because if the same name is going to have, it may create the problem. So just to avoid that situation, what we can do, that we can use the me keyword. Is it clear now?
Okay, okay, Pankaj. Same color we are using same parameter like attribute. That time we will declare another object. That time we will use the me keyword.
Yes, yeah. So if parameter name is going to be same, means sometimes, sometimes, for example, sometimes this color is your attribute, right? This color is your global attribute. Now suppose in this method, come over here and you want to declare one local, local attribute over here with the same name. For example, let me see if it allows or not. Data color. So this is just used for the differentiation purpose, okay. Check the syntax, there is no syntax error. But how, now in this situation, how you will differentiate this color and that color, okay. This is having this, you are having the, local color attribute, right? That you are having the local color attribute, right? So now if you want to set the global color attribute, right, you want to set the global color attribute, in that case what you will have to do, you will have to use this me hyphen color, this, like that you will have to do. If we're just going to use this color over there, if we're just going to use the color over there, it will take the preference, it will just state the color over here, you know it will just use this color, the local, it will, its significance will be the local only. Check the syntax, okay, and it's not giving the error, it's not giving the error. And if you just check it and try to, try doing this experiment yourself, and if you are facing any issue, are you getting my point, what I'm trying to tell it over here?
Yes, yes, Pankaj.
You got, no, because here local and global, so just to differentiate that we are going to access the global one, we can use like this, okay. So many where you can, there is no much use, but this concept is going to help if if you don't want to instantiate any object, and in that case, if you want to simply use this me keyword, it's going to help you, okay. It's going to help you. So in that scenario, it can be used. Now I would like to show you over here, suppose this is the class we have created over here, and we are having this attribute, and this attribute is protected, okay. This attribute is protected. So this attribute we can use inside the subclass. Outside of the class we will not be able to use. For example, suppose you are going to have another class, we are going to create another class, and if you would like to access this color attribute from another class, that will not be possible. For example, I'm going to create, this is the vehicle class, let's create one more class called, you know dealer class, okay. So dealer is going to sell the different kind of vehicle. Click on this OK button. Here the dealer, okay, dealer. Now save it, local object, and here suppose a method is there, this dealer is selling the car, this dealer is selling the car. So sell car is having a method, and this is a instance method we can choose, and here we are having this public one. And selling car, just save it and go here. And now what you want to do, that you want to use this class you want to use. And so to use this class, we are going to, because this attribute, you can see this is the instance attribute, so I'll have to create one object. So vehicle object I'm going to create, o underscore vehicle over here. This will be of course a local object, because inside the method we are going to create, right, new, and give that parenthesis. Okay, one space should be there, full stop. So now this object has been created. Now o underscore vehicle, if you would like to access, if you would like to access the color over here, it will give you the error. Check the syntax, it will tell that this color is unknown. The statement, okay, of course, that is, now if you check it over here, it is telling that color is unknown. Why? Because this is the protected one. This color is the protected one, and this is the separate class. The class just we have created over here is the separate class, right? This dealer is the separate class. On the other hand, so what you understood over here, if the if in one class we are going to use the protected protected attributes, right? So that attributes cannot be accessed in the another class, but the same attribute can be accessed in the subclass. In another class is not possible, but in the subclass it is possible. Subclass means the inherited class. It's going to, so here let's draw one diagram for better understanding. We can do so. This is my ZCL vehicle, and one another class we are having ZCL dealer class. We are having the dealer class. So we are having a protected variable over here, and the name of the protected variable is the color. This is not accessible over here. This color is not accessible over here in this class. Okay, this is not accessible. That's what I'm trying to tell it over here. Okay, now if I want to access this one, what I can do, that I can inherit this class. Okay, so this class I'm going to inherit into another class. So what's the name of the class? I'm going to give the name of the class is, a vehicle. I'm going to inherit this vehicle to ZCL car, right? So all the property of the vehicle I would like to incorporate into the car class. Okay, I would like to incorporate into the car class. Okay, all the property of the vehicle. So I'm going to inherit the ZCL vehicle into this ZCL car. In this ZCL car, you will be able to access this color attribute, but not here. Because here we have just seen it's not possible, because that is the separate class, this is the subclass. So here it's possible, right? So this is the vehicle. Now come over here and let's see the subclass. So I'm going to create the subclass over here, right? So car, right? ZCL20, this car is there. Click on this create button, class, click on this OK button, and finally I'm going to remove. Click on this save, fill all the required. Here it's telling that car subclass, Okay, click on the save button, local object, and give the method over here. Some method I'm going to give that here. But before giving the method, I would like to get that this class, I want to make it a subclass, right? I want to make it the drive class. So to make it the drive class, what we'll have to do that you have to come to the property, and you will get the super class option over here. Click on the super class and give the name of the super class. So what's the name of the super class? Your name of the super class is nothing but the vehicle class is the super class. Vehicle class is the super class. So just I'm telling to the system, just I'm telling to this particular class builder that make this, take all the property from the vehicles class into this class. So now this will become your super class and this will become your subclass. Okay, press enter. As soon as you will press enter, it's fine. And it's telling that change inheritance and all. This is the example of inheritance what we are looking at this point of time. This is the example of inheritance. Okay, fine. Now if you come over here, automatically whatever the method for the vehicle is there, what you can do, if you want, see, first you can access that one. Let's go once again over here. This is the super class I'm going to use, and go to this attributes. Let me create one method, set color. Press enter. Okay, because it's already there in that, will not be able to do so. I'm going to do this for car. I want to get color. For example, I'm going to do the get color. Press enter, and this method, this is the private method. I would like to make it the public one. Okay, get color, double click over here, click on this yes, and here if you would like to instantiate that particular class, right, here I'm going to instantiate that particular class. Which particular class? This particular class. Go to property, go to super class. Sorry, just a second, let me close this one. Let me close this one, just save it, go back, and you can see that their method has been automatically inherited over here, right, from this super class, from this vehicle. Whatever the method it was, we have declared over there. You can see that we are having the method in this vehicle class. What are the method we are having? Set color, display color, encrypted password, set password. So whatever the public method and protected method will be there, that will be inherited. Private will not be inherited, neither to the subclass nor to any other class. Okay, so private will be specific to this class only. Okay, this is the vehicle class, but public and public and protected can be inherited. Similarly, these attributes, public and protected attributes will be inherited to the subclass, but not the private one. Okay, private one will be only accessible within this class. So now if you come and check this attribute, here in the attribute also you can see that you are having the color over here. Any other question? Anyone is asking any question? Okay, no question, fine. So here you can see that this attribute color is here, right? This attribute color we are having over here. Now what I want to tell it over here, that if you come and try to access that color over here, it's possible. So this is the get color one attribute we have created. If you would like to instantiate it over here, I'm just going to instantiate. So in data, geo underscore vehicle, right, and equals to new and ZCL. What's the name of that class? Let me copy and I will paste it from there to here. Copy this one and I will paste it over there. Control V, give this one full stop. Pretty printer, check the syntax. Now it's fine. And now if you would like to access this one, if you are going to write geo underscore vehicle, and if you are going to access this color, it will not give you the error at this point of time, right? You can see that no syntax error point. Why? The reason behind this color can be accessed in the subclass. This is what? This is the method of the subclass. Okay, so this is what I wanted to let you know. So this fact you understood, right? So here, if you want to get the color, right? If you want to get the color, first we are going to set the color, and if you want to, if you want to uh, get the color with the help of this, you can do so. However, this is your local object. Here in this scenario, this will not work. This will not work in this scenario, right? This will not work in this scenario. But what you can do so, uh, that we can think of some real-time example, and there we can use this getter and setter method to set the color and to get the color. But here one thing is clear, that this color attribute is accessible in the subclass. This color attribute is accessible in the subclass. Fine, this color attribute is accessible in the subclass, okay, though it was protected. Fine. Now we understood make keyword. We understood that protected one can be accessed in the subclass, right? Private you will not be able to access. Private you will not be able to access. Private will be only accessible within the same class. For example, length I am going to give one attribute, length over here. This is the instance attribute, and the visibility I'm going to make it private. Okay, private. Public and protected you can use in the subclass. So enter the attribute type fully. The length I'm going to give char 20, or int 2 we can give this length here, length. Press enter, save it, check the syntax. Now activate this one. So now this is the private. This length it will not be able to use inside that, will not be used inside that subclass. Come over here. This is your subclass car, right? And if you would like to access this one, here in attribute also it will not appear, right? Let's go back and display this one. You can see that it got refreshed, but still that has not come. The private will not appear over here. Also you will not be accessed by any way. Okay, so get color, go into the change mode, and here if you'd like to access that one, right, go underscore vehicle, and now control space. Only the color is coming. You can see that only color is coming, right? That particular attribute is not coming. Which particular attribute? The length, because the length is the private. I have defined it over there. You can see that length it is telling unknown. Why? Because that is the private. If you want to access this one, you must have to do some another way if you want to access this one. So how you can access this length? Suppose if you want to access this length of that vehicle class, how you can access? What you can do, that you can create a public, you can create a public, what you can create a public method, and with the help of that public method you can access that one. Go to the change mode, we can create one, set length, or get length, something like that. gth, give the instance method. Here you can give the public, press enter, and now in the main vehicle class you can set this attribute, right? This length you can access in the same class. Length can be accessed, right? There is no problem. So here set length, come over here, and I'm going to set this length something like geo underscore, you know, or me underscore this length, length equal to, I'm going to keep this one as a constant as of now. Okay, so this length has been set at this point of time. Now the set length method we can access, and by this way this length attribute can be accessed. Save it, check the syntax. Now activate this one, activate this one, go back, and here now just once again go back and go to this method and set length. We have created one method set length. You can see that it's here, and in this gate color you can come, and if you want to access this one here, you can call that particular method. So go underscore vehicle control space and set length, whatever the length we have, what we have given, public we have given or not. Let me check once. I think we have not given the public or protected. If we're going to give, it will come, otherwise it will not come. The set length, it is there, right? It was a public, the set length, it's there, set length, but it seems it is not activated. Let me go and activate that one. Now it's activated, but why it's not coming over there? Let me check. Go to this method once again, and we are using where we are using inside the gate color, right? Go here and go into the change mode, control space, and now set color. I'm looking for the set length. Why it's not coming? No problem, we can directly give over here, and if that is not accessible, it will give me the error. Okay, so set length, I'm going to give full stop and check the syntax. You can see that it's not giving any error, though automatic it's not coming, this method is not coming, but however it's not giving any error. So that means with the help of this method we can access the private attribute of the class. Okay, so indirectly we can access. They are having several advantage of this. Okay, so this you understood, right? Now what I would like to show it over here, the concept of interface. Okay, concept of interface. So what is interface? So just we are looking over here in the summarized way. Everything again we are going to discuss in more detail. So interface is nothing but, interface is going to help you to achieve the polymorphism. Okay, interface is going to help you to achieve the polymorphism. Means the same method you can access in the different way. So if you see, if you observe the body concept, business identity concept, there body is the nothing but implementation of interface. Body is the nothing but implementation of interface. Body, you know that for a single body you can create the multiple implementation. So the same body is going to behave in a different class in a different way. So same body method can be written in a different class differently, and that's going to work for everyone. Whenever the implementation is going to call, every implementation will be called and all the functionality will be executed, right? So body is the concept based on the interface. So interface is going to be used for the purpose of achieving the polymorphism. Okay, interface can be also used to achieve the multiple, inheritance. We are having the concept called multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance. What is multi-level inheritance? Okay, what is the multi-level inheritance? Multi-level inheritance is nothing but this class. You can see that ZCL vehicle has been inherited to the ZCL car, and suppose a specific model of the car, for example, you know, you are having the ZCL Suzuki. Okay, ZCL Suzuki, something like that. Okay, or similarly you can have the Ford, you can have some Mahindra, like that we can have the different cars. Okay, so now what actually I'm trying to tell it over here, that this car is inheriting from this vehicle, and this class is inheriting from car, and like that it will keep on going. This is known as the multi-level. This is the first level, you can see this is the first level, this is the second level, and this is the third level. So you are having the multi-level, level 1, level 2, level 3. This concept is known as the multi-level inheritance. This concept is known as the multi-level inheritance. Okay, this is level 1, level 2. Similarly, it can have the multiple, similarly we are having the multiple concept of multiple inheritance. So ABAP supports the multi-level inheritance, but ABAP does not support directly the multiple inheritance. For example, you have one class ZCL, ZCL underscore A. This is one class. You have one another class ZCL underscore B, right? ZCL underscore B. You have different classes. You can come over here and you have one more class called ZCL underscore C. Okay, and now what actually you want to do, all the property from these three classes you want to put together in a single class. Okay, you want to put together, for example, let us suppose we are having a class called ZCL underscore D, and we want to inherit this class. We want to inherit the class C. We want to inherit the class A, right? We want to inherit the class A, and again we want to inherit the class B. Okay, so all these together we want to inherit in the class D. This is not possible in ABAP. It is not possible, but we have a workaround. What workaround? With the help of interface we can achieve the multiple inheritance. This inheritance concept we can achieve with the help of what? With the help of interface. So this is a very important interview question. Sometimes in interview they will ask what inheritance is being supported by SAP ABAP. What kind of inheritance is being supported by SAP ABAP? Your answer should be, only multi-level inheritance. Only multi-level inheritance is being supported by SAP ABAP. Okay. Then they will ask how you can achieve the multi-level multiple inheritance. Multi-level is fine. It is going to be, it's going to be supported. It's going to be supported. So this we can achieve. But how you can achieve the multiple inheritance? Then another question they will bombard you. Okay. How if multi-level is if multiple inheritance is not supported, is there any way that it can be achieved? Okay, this is the another question. Yes, the way is there. Direct support is not there, but the workaround is there. What is the workaround? The workaround, you will have to tell the workaround is nothing but using the interface. Using the interface, we can achieve the multi level inheritance that is possible. Okay, we'll see first interface how it's going to work over there, then we'll try to implement this multi-level inheritance from the different classes. We are going to you know uh, use the method from the different classes, and we'll be able to use it over here. That we will see in the coming class. Let's go and check about the interface.
Sorry, it's multi-level or multiple? Can you please go to the slide
Multiple.
once again?
Sorry, it's a we can achieve the multiple inheritance. Multi-level is the by default feature. Multiple, yes, using the interface we can achieve the multiple inheritance. Okay, this is not supported directly by the SAP. Multi-level is supported. Multi-level is supported. So first I will show you the multi-level, then we will go to the interface. So for example, yeah,
Pankaj, sorry for disturbance. Sriram here.
Yes, Sriram.
Hello.
Yes, I'm able to hear
If you
you.
don't mind, can you go for SU24 once? Previous class.
Yes.
There is a property tab is available, right? Forward declaration means what is the forward declaration?
Okay, let me see. Go to this properties.
Yeah, forward declaration and fixed point arithmetic. There is a checkbox is selected, right? What is the use?
So see, the fixed point arithmetic means this. If you go and check into /o AC38, yeah, if you go and check in AC38, here also you are having the fixed point arithmetic option. So what's the meaning of the fixed point arithmetic? So generally I cover this one in my ABAP class. So here the fixed point arithmetic means whatever the decimal calculation you are going to perform, if you want to get in the formal way, in the normal way, in the default way, like 5 plus 10, you are going to look into in the form of 15. So 5 plus 10, it's going to give the 15. If you are going to check this fixed point arithmetic, but if you don't check this one, then 5 plus 10 will give you the different result. Okay, that's the non-fixed point arithmetic format. That is a different internal format. In that system goes and calculate. Okay.
Okay, what about shared memory enable? There is a one checkbox is available, right? Below. Yeah.
Yes. The shared memory enabled means the system is having the it is having the different kind of memory. One is the shared memory, then another it is having the heap memory, and similarly it is having different kind of memory. If you are going to select this shared memory, what will happen that when your program is going to run, it is going to consume the less memory. Whenever it requires, it can share the memory. At the runtime, whenever it requires, it can share the memory. So if you want, you can enable this one, there is no problem. Okay, one more question you were
Okay.
asking. Yeah,
Forward clause and super clause. There is a one radio button is there available, right? Modeled only. What is the use?
forward, where this one modeled only, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have not used this option. I need to check this one. Let me press F1 over here. I think this is for design purpose. Okay, the status of the class or component. The status specifies the development status of an object type. That means if we're going to use, I think you will not be able to implement this class. You will not be able to use this class if this model checkbox is ticked over here. We can check it. Okay, so let me read it. The status specifies the development status of an object. That's fine. The possible status are modeled or realized. Only object types of components with a status realized can be executable code. Okay, so that means if it is model, that means it is in the development process, it is under the design process, and you will not be able to use this class in the program. That's the meaning of this. Okay, So one more, you were talking about some forward. Where you were able to see that forward? Can you please tell me?
Yeah, type group object type. Here it is showing program status after the site. Forward declaration.
Where? Here in this properties itself.
Yeah,
This one,
properties
this
itself.
one,
Yeah, here.
this.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this forward is nothing but this forward declaration. Whatever you are going to means, you are going to tell your system in advance that you are going to use some type group. Okay, so for example, you are having, you know that in ABAP we are having the concept of a type group. If we go to AC11 over here, we have this type group over here. For example, sleaze is one popular type group. Okay, press F7 and you can see that this sleaze is the type group. So if you want to use any component from this type group, you can give this type group over here, go into the change mode, and you can give this type group over here. And now any component means any type, here you have this type, here you have this type. If you want to use this type from this type group, you can now go and directly use it in the method, or yeah, in the method. Yes, method only we can write the code. So in the method we can use, for example, if you go and go to here and get color, click on this yes button, and suppose if I have to declare one internal table, so it underscore tab type table of, and I want to use this structure. Okay, so we can now go and give it over here, control V, full stop. If you check the syntax, you can see that it's not giving any error. However, in the report also, before ECC 6.0, before ECC 6.0, exact version I don't remember, but ECC 6.0, some specific version. If you come over here, and if we're going to create some report, for example, if you go into the change mode over here, and earlier what we have to do over here, suppose if we're trying to use some, for example, you have to declare one it underscore tab type table of, and this internal table, if we're going to use this structure, if we're going to use it over here, we must have to give over here type pools. Okay, type pool, we'll have to give this type pool, and we'll have to give the name of the the type pool. Then only we'll be able to access. Okay, then only you will be able to access. Okay, otherwise it would be giving the error. This is the latest version almost. If you go and check, this is the S/4HANA system. Just a second. Yeah, if you go to the system, go to this status, and if you click on this button, can the NetWeaver 7.53. So this is the latest one what we are having currently here. It is more than ECC 6.0. This patch, I think EHP 8. So here it is not required. If you even remove this type pool, it is not necessary, means it will not give you any error. If you check the syntax, now also it's working fine. But in the previous version before ECC 6.0, if you go and check over there, you must have to define this type pool over there. But here let's go and observe. If you just remove, okay, let us see that it is giving the error or not. Okay, come to this class, and this is here, it's not giving the error. If we're going to remove from here, let us see how it's working. Okay, just go into the change mode, select this one, remove from here, click on this yes, click on this save button. Okay, and now check the syntax, activate this one, activate. Here also you can see that it's working. So after ECC 6.0, that type group is not mandatorily, means it is not necessary to give over there, but previously it was necessary to give it over here, the type group, that was important one. Okay, so that's the meaning of forward declaration. Means in advance you are going to tell to the system that what you are going to use, but at this point of time it is not required. The second option, you are having the object type. I don't know about this object type exactly. does it mean the type group only? If the type group is now not required, you can see that it's not giving any error. Any other question if you have?
No, Pankaj, thanks.
Okay, fine, thank you. So now the car we have seen, inside this car we are having the superclass, right? And now this car I'm going to use at a superclass in another class called ZCLAB. I'm just going to copy this one and I'm going to create the class called dealer or Suzuki. Okay, I'm going to create this Suzuki class over here. Click on this create button and click on this class, and final, click on this save, fill out all mandatory required fields. We'll give this class another level of inheritance. Click on this save button, click on this local object, and here I'm going to give under the property that class car we can give. So vehicle is being inherited by car class and car class is being inherited by the Suzuki class. Okay, just save it, check the syntax now, activate this one, activate, and you can see that now this is an example of multi-level inheritance. And this this Suzuki can also be inherited to some its particular model like Swift, something like that. Okay, or Ertiga or something, a different model it can be inherited to. So this is known as the multi-level inheritance. It's easy to use the multi-level inheritance. You can see that here whatever the previous method will be there, everything will come over here: set color, display color, set password, set length, get color. And here you can redefine the method. Suppose if you want to redefine it over here, you can put the cursor over here, click on this redefinition. Okay, and you can go and write your code over here. Whatever code you want to write, you can write, and first it will run this code. If we're going to enable this one, what it will do, that it will call its super class method. Okay, super means just its immediate parent class, just its immediate parent class. Okay, for example, let me show you this super keyword. Okay, here for the set color we are having the carton data type. I'm going to set this color as I underscore color full stop, and now here you give the breakpoint full stop and activate this one, activate. Just to go back, activate this one, it is now activated. Set color is now redefined, so it is coming in the black color. Now whichever is not the redefined, it is there still in the bluish color. Okay, now let's go to that program. I'm going to close the unnecessary session which I don't require, and now /n SE38 and Z demo 03, or you can use the existing one. Go into the change mode, and here I would like to create one more object, geo underscore the last one object from the Suzuki class I want to create. Okay, equals new, the new syntax I'm going to use. Let me copy the class name from here, /n SE24, copy this class name and come over here, give this parenthesis we must have to provide full stop, check the syntax, activate this one. It is now activated. So this is now our object. Okay, now I'm going to call that particular method. Okay, so which method actually I have written the code? Set color. So the set color method, I'm going to execute it. Full stop. So directly like this also we can access the method. Check the syntax, some error is there. I underscore color, so some parameter is there which is the mandatory, we must have to provide that parameter. I'm going to give the red color. I'm passing the red color from here. Activate it. Now it is activated. Put the breakpoint over here, press F8. Now if you press F5 over here, okay, that's fine, it has not come to there. Yeah, now it has come over here, and you can see that I'm going to press F5. As soon as I'm pressing F5 over here, the class Suzuki is getting called and its method set color is getting called over here. This super, what is the super? It will immediately call its super class method. Super is nothing but it's pointing to the immediate, immediate parent class. If you click on this super keyword, come over here and try to look into this super. Okay, it's this keyword is not accessible over here, as we are able to see for this me it's working. For this super we are not able to see. However, if you press F5, you can see that just the immediate parent class was what? Vehicle. From vehicle we have inherited the Suzuki, so it's just coming to the vehicle class. It's just coming to the set color method of the vehicle class. Here also, if you want to go ahead, go ahead, just immediate to the vehicle class, that means the car class. What is that? Okay, vehicle, this is coming over here, the me, and similarly, right? So that's what we are able to see it over here. So from it will just go to the immediate upper class where that method has been defined. Okay, where that method has been defined. Any question over here? Any question?
You can give some other color. I mean, it's invoking that me only, no? So can you change that red to some green? Will it come that input
Okay,
color from super class?
okay, fine, I will do that. Go to this ABAP editor, and from there we'll give the, so green we are having, orange we are having, red we are passing. Okay, so it's a different color only. Do you want me to once again run it?
Yellow.
Okay, I'm just going to give the yellow, activate this one, and press F8. Okay, I'm going to remove this breakpoint from this class, press F8. Now it is coming over here, set color, press F5, and this super keyword is getting called. This is inside the Suzuki. If you press F5, it's going to the vehicle class where the first this method has been defined, this set color, right? So me color is, I'm going to set it over here the red. However, there inside this method, also if you want to override this method, we can write the code over here. Okay, we can write some manipulation. If we can write like if the set color, right, whatever the color we are passing from here, for example we are passing the yellow from here, but there it's setting the red over there, because the red we have hard coded. So we can remove that hard code from there. Just we can go and we can remove from there. So now it will make more sense. Come to this and go to this vehicle. Come to this, click on this change set color, double click and remove this red. We can give I underscore color. Here also we are having I underscore color. That's fine. Activate this one. So this will be set. This will be set. Okay. Fine. So any question over here? No question, right? Now what we'll do that we look into the local classes, and once we understand the syntax of the local class, how we can define the local class, then what we'll do that let me go and check the syllabus. So here if you see that class components, we have already discussed about this. Visibility section we understood like how it's going to work. Local class creation, this we have to discuss. Instance and static methods, right? This also we have discussed. Some rules are there when we are going to create some instance method. That rule we have to discuss, that we will be discussing. We are not going to returning keyword. Fine, this is again one important. This I'm just going to complete it quickly. Go to the class and we will see about the returning method. What's the use of that returning method? So it is same as the exporting parameter. It is same as the exporting parameter, but some benefit of this is, we are going to have some benefit of this. Go to AC24 and the let's consider this vehicle class, the set color, display color. Inside this display color, the right color we are having, right? We are having this right color. I'm going to comment this, and what we can do, just save it, go back and go to this, select this method, go to this parameters, and inside this parameter r underscore color, returning color, I'm going to give this returning color, and the type over here, it is having three types: importing, exporting, changing, and returning. I'm going to choose this returning. You can use also the exporting if you want to get the color back, that you can choose. One I'm going to use the exporting, and another I'm going to use the get r underscore color. This we can use e underscore color, and this we can use the r underscore color. This I'm going to give the returning over here, and just here the contain, and here also the contain. Okay, and in the method e underscore color, we are going to give the e red, and r underscore color, we are going to give the, this is the returning one, so r underscore red. So just to differentiate, I'm giving the different naming convention. Check the syntax, activate this one, okay. Now we'll go into the program, and this display color we will call it over there. Okay, comment this everything, I don't require. Now come over here, data, one class, this vehicle class, we can enable this syntax. This object I require, at least one object we would require in order to call the method. Go vehicle one, control space, and the display color is there. Okay, so what actually I'm trying to tell it over here, that with the returning parameter, what you can do, that directly you can get the value over here. So data, and for example we are having geo underscore color. Okay, so this only the syntax difference will be there, the syntax difference will be there. If you're going to write the syntax over there, this particular class method will give you the returning value into this geo underscore color. Okay, the value will go and sit inside this geo underscore color, but global object not gv underscore color, this is not the object, this is just variable which will hold the color information. Okay, you can write the gv underscore color, gv underscore color. Okay, here I can write that this is returning parameter value, comma, okay, full stop, and then But the same thing, you will not be able to, whatever the returning parameter over here, r underscore color, r underscore red will only come and sit over there. Okay, this not this e underscore color. And in a method, only one returning parameter can have, a method can have only one returning parameter. It cannot have more than one returning parameter, but more than one exporting parameter it can have. Activate this one, activate this one, put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and if you just press F6, you can see that gv underscore color is r underscore red. Here what we have defined the two, right? One is r underscore red and e underscore red, but what it's taking the value, it's taking the value r underscore color one, that means r underscore red. So if it is the returning parameter, it's going to get the value r underscore, the returning one, it will go and put it over here. Benefit of this one is also that you can use the inline declaration also, right? You can use the inline declaration also with the returning parameter. With the exporting parameter, you cannot use the inline declaration. Okay, so this is one way how we can call the returning value. This is one way. Another way, everything you can call. So you can use the pattern button, or from the ABAP object pattern, you can click on this OK button, go here, and already instance name we have given, right? Already we have given the instance name go underscore vehicle 1, go underscore vehicle 1. So it will not create a new one because it's already there. And now the method, press F4. It's asking for the class. We must have to give the class over here. What's the name of the class? ZCL. Okay, the name of the class is ZCL evening batch 22 AUG underscore vehicle. Okay, this is the one. The method, which method I want to call, the display color, I'm just going to call it. So here, this is another way how we can call the method. Call method, this the importing parameter, this is the receiving parameter. For the receiving parameter, automatically the inline declaration, see, this is the returning one, this is the returning one is coming under the receiving one, and whatever the exporting one was there, that is here coming for importing one, because here you are importing. So whatever in this class, this is same as the concept of the function module in the core ABAP. So whatever in the function module is having the exporting parameter in the program, that becomes the importing one. Similarly here, the exporting one will become the importing one, because here we are importing, right? So this is intuitive, we can understand this one. And here you cannot use the inline declaration, it does not support the inline declaration for the importing parameter. On the other hand, for the receiving parameter, it supports the inline declaration. So for example, if we're going to declare some another variable called gv underscore color 1, right, it is not defined, and here gv underscore color 2, it will tell for this gv underscore color 2 that this is not the correct place. Where, let's go and see. Okay, no syntax, color 2 have we defined somewhere else? Let me see. gv underscore color 2, double click over here, activate this one. Program was changed before, click on the cs button. gv underscore color 2 here itself we have defined. Okay, importing, this is fine, this is fine, this is okay. Now here it's supporting. Okay, okay, so here it's supporting. How it is possible? As per my understanding, it does not support the inline declaration for the importing parameter. Something certainly I'm missing over here, but here you can see that it's supporting, it's not giving any error. This is a different variable, this is again the different one, none where it is defined, only at this particular place it has been defined. If it would have defined any other places, it would be giving the error, right? So here the inline declaration is being supported, right? But where it is not supported. Okay, In class, actually, it is supported, but in the function module, it does not support. If we're going to use the importing parameter inside the function module, it will not support over there. In class, it's supported. Okay, so only the difference here you can observe that you can get the value directly in this variable. When you are going to use the syntax like this, you will not be able to get the exporting parameter. You can have more than one exporting parameter in the method, but you cannot have more than one returning parameter in a method. Okay, if you try to give more than one returning parameter, it will give you the error. Just go here and try to give that r underscore color 1. Okay, and give this returning. Press enter, give some value over here, carton or something like that. Press enter, you can see that type carton does not exist. Okay, this is some another error. First, you can see that parameter combination is not supported. You can see this, the two parameter combination is not supported. That's what it is trying to tell. Okay, check the syntax over here, and the error is, it's telling type can be specified only once. This returning, and returning parameter always be here. You can see that returning parameter by default it will be passed by value. By default, you don't have to go and select. More than one returning parameter is not allowed. We cannot use this, not possible. Single returning parameter we can use. Check the syntax, now it will be fine. There is no problem. Activate this one. Okay, with this we'll stop our session today, and now on the next Saturday I will not be available, but on the Sunday again by the same time 7:30 we can meet, and we'll be discussing this returning keyword. We have understood this instance, and that the exception handling we are going to discuss in the coming class in detail. But before that, we are going to understand the local class, how we can define the local class, how we can define the method over there, and whatever the concept we have learned in the global class, the same concept is applicable in the local class as well. Only the difference is that the global class can be accessed anywhere, from anywhere, from anywhere it can be accessed based upon the visibility, but the local class can be accessed within the report where you are going to define this. Okay, so first we'll complete this one local class concept, then instance and statics 50% we already know, just some rules are there. uh, uh, we will try to complete this one as well, and then this exception handling and the important keyword, this me we have completed, right? And then the load and default keyword. One important concept is the default keyword and then the load keyword. This default and load also we'll try to look into in the coming class. Okay, fine, then with this we are going to stop it over here. If you have any question, please feel free to ask, or else we can leave for that. Any question?
No, nothing.
Pankaj, Pankaj,
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
thing
Sri.
is, you are using method, and then you
Mhm.
are accessing that import parameter and then export parameter in the call method. While defining
Mhm.
that method, no display method and some method, it's a fine. I can able to understand. You are giving parameter. It's like a function model you are accessing. You are accessing
Mhm.
using the same method, that
Mhm.
attribute also. What's the difference here? I mean,
Yeah,
import
just
and export. Yeah.
just a second. I'm going to open that one. Yeah, shall I go into the program?
No. Here, no. The go
Mhm.
to the place. Here, there, in every method, you are having a import parameter and export parameter. You are passing the values, and then you are
Mhm.
accessing it. It's everything is
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm.
Using the call method, you are passing the input parameter, output, export value. Everything is fine.
Mhm.
Attribute also, you are creating some variables in a simple way. I
Mhm.
can put it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
here
Mhm.
also you are. declaring some variables. There also, what is the difference here and there?
Okay, so you mean to say that what's the difference between the parameters and attributes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the difference between the parameters and attribute is that this attribute will be associated with all the object if it is the instance attribute. Okay, if it is the instance attribute, it's going to be associated with all the object. If it is the static attribute, the instance object also will be referencing to the static attribute. So yesterday we have discussed about this. I will be sharing, already I have put on the YouTube that first class. Maybe it will make you more clear over there if you go and check. But the difference between that, this, if you are having some variable over here, with the help of this variable, with the help of this attribute, you can access the set color. Okay, so whatever the color you have set, for example, for example, I'm going to set some color. So here we are having the, where we are having this method called set color. So in this set color, we are having the parameter one color. I'm just passing over here, and then in the source code, we are setting this color. Okay, so once the color is set, I want to display that one. Once the color is set, I want to display that one. Okay, so display
Can you
color
please,
is,
sorry for the interruption. Can you
yeah,
please go to that set color and then source code? Set color,
yeah,
set
set
color,
color,
source code.
yes, yes, yes.
Here, in
Hmm.
above that signature, that is I underscore color is the parameter.
Hmm.
That is the input parameter.
Hmm.
Here, this color is the attribute. Below me is the attribute.
Right,
Here,
right,
the
yes.
color and attribute, what is the difference? I mean, why we are using? Because I
So
underscore color
say,
itself, I can pass now.
I can tell actually attributes are like global variables. Parameters are like local variables. These parameters, local parameters, you can access only within method. Attributes you can access anywhere within the class.
yeah, that is fine. And other thing is that, suppose if you want to pass the value, for example, from here I want to pass the value, I want to set some color. Here we are setting the color. Just forget about all this code, what we have written it over here. Just forget about all this code and just observe this particular code. Suppose if you want to pass this color from here, this green, how you will be able to pass this color if you don't have the parameter over here, right? If you don't have the parameter, whatever the value you will be passing from there, you will not be able to set. It will give you the syntax error. So suppose I want to set the red color. So this red color is going to flow through this parameter, you know this red color or whatever color, that color is going to flow through this parameter, and this value is going to set to this attribute of this particular object what we are going to create over here. What we are having the object over here, geo underscore vehicle one. For this I want to set the attribute red. So with the help of that parameter only, we are able to set the attribute for this object as red. Is it clear, Ram?
Yeah, got it.
So that is mainly for to flow the data from there to here and here to there. So parameter is required to flow the data, to communicate the data. It's a interface. Parameter is nothing but what? It's a interface. It's a interface. If you go and check, so interface, what's the work of interface? Interface is liable to communicate between two object. So one object is class over here, and another object is here the program. So program is communicating with the class and just trying to set this attribute to the color red, and that is possible through that parameter only. Okay, any other question? Okay,
No.
fine.
Quick question.
Okay, yeah.
This is here. Okay, so I'm still confused about the attributes and parameters. So parameters is for the method, right? Whereas attribute is for the object or the class itself.
Right. For the object, yes, you were right, or for the class itself. Yes, you are absolutely
Okay.
right.
So when we
Yeah.
are using a method,
Mm-hmm.
we have to pass through the the parameters, whereas when we are using an object, it automatically inherits the object's related attributes but not the parameters, correct?
Parameter will be also inherited. Same parameter. Okay. Parameter will be also inherited. For example, if you go and check some here in the set color, we are having the parameter, what we are having I underscore color as a parameter. I'm just going to activate this one, and if you go to the inherited class over here, this is the class name which we have created, the car. Go and display over here, just activate once again, and if you go to the methods, set color, parameters, there also you can see that I underscore color is here. Okay.
No. What
underscore
I meant was go to that ABAP program.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, here when we sent red, that goes into the parameter, whereas go vehicle color will be the actual parameter into which this value goes into, correct?
That parameter is actually known as attribute. This is known as the attribute. Okay, that is actually the
Correct.
naming convention is the different. For this variable we tell that is the attribute, and this is known as the attribute of the object, and here this method for this is known as the parameter. So suppose, see, attribute, what is the another thing? For example, if you want to display the color of this particular vehicle, if you want to display the color of this particular vehicle, whatever it has been set, so if you want to display that one, you can use this column selector, this arrow hyphen and less than sign, and then you can give the color. Okay, and you will be able to print the color.
Correct.
But
But we cannot use that eye color there, right? Eye color
you
is a
cannot,
parameter with the method.
right,
Correct.
you cannot write
Yeah, I
like
got it.
this. You cannot you cannot write like this. This is not a
Correct.
support. If you
Correct.
check the syntax, it will give you the error. You can see that go vehicle, this
Correct.
okay,
Yep.
this is
Okay.
perfect. Okay, so any other question? Okay, so go underscore vehicle 1 is having the color, but here also color is telling that unknown. Some another issue is there, that's why it's telling the concept is, our concept is correct. This go underscore vehicle set color, we are setting the color red. I think the spelling mistake or something is there. COLR, the visibility, you can see that visibility is protected, that's why we are not able to access over there. Just give the public. Okay, and it will be access over there.
Okay.
Because we have given the protected over here, that's why we are not able to access. And now if you check, it will not give this particular error. You can see that error is gone. Now the second error it is showing. If you double click over here, the cursor is coming over there, means here the error is, and it's telling the field go vehicle is unknown, go underscore it's 1 actually. And now if you check the syntax, it will tell I underscore color is unknown. You can just read it. That means I underscore color you cannot access through this object. On the other hand, this one you can, the attribute can be accessed, but the parameter cannot be accessed. So whatever you are having the understanding now, that is the correct. Okay, parameter we
Okay.
cannot access. Okay, fine. Any other
Okay.
question?
Mm.
Please feel free to ask any question. I will try with my level best to explain.
So it's like global and local. Parameters are local. I mean, as that its attributes are global. So
Yes. Parameter is local, attribute is global. Absolutely right. Yes.
Can be used in any method. Attributes, a single attribute can be used in any number of method, right?
Yes, anywhere you can use, anywhere, if that is the public or protected or private, in the same class you can use in the any method. Okay, in the same class, attribute can be used anywhere in the any method. Okay, fine then. It's fine. Thank you very much for attending the session. And next Saturday I will not be available, but on the Sunday I will be available. So on the same time on the Sunday by today only. So next week only one day we'll be having the class, and then after we will be having the regular classes on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So
Okay. How many weeks?
this course is around of 35 hours. So accordingly, like in terms of hours, like in 1
Oh, it
month
will be
we will
almost 10
have.
weeks.
Yes, absolutely. It will take around 10 weeks. Yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Okay, fine.
Fine then, fine. Thank you. Let's meet on that day. And one thing, like, please share your email ID, because my meeting ID is going to be expired after 4 or 5 days, something like that, so that I will be able to share you the new meeting invite, and I will be also adding you in the WhatsApp group. So please share your WhatsApp mobile number so that I will be, adding into that. And if you are already added in the WhatsApp group, then there is no problem. But someone of you is not added, then please ping me your mobile number on my WhatsApp, or just email me your mobile number so that I will be able to add you over there. So you will be getting the proper communication. Okay. Fine then. Let's meet on next Sunday. Bye bye. Good night. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.